Hello, Moonbeams, and welcome back to my channel, Mystic Moon School. I am Donna Cass, your sound healing practitioner and your astrology guide. And we are here this week for the podcast covering Monday, May 6th through Sunday, May 12th. Okay, so we are going to get right into it. And I have to say, I am feeling so good, so good about this week ahead. It feels really beautiful to me. It feels like like a breath of fresh air. Finally, we're all coming up for air after coming out of April and all of those intense energies that we were moving through. And so I'm going to break it down, of course, day by day, how the moon is moving through the signs of the zodiac this week, and then, of course, how she is aspecting different planets as she moves through the sky and what those energies are bringing for each of us. So, all right, so let's get into it. I'm so excited for this week. Okay. Yay. Alrighty. Okay. So we're going to begin Monday, May 6th. And so the moon is in Aries on Sunday into Monday. And really all day Monday, she will be in the sign of Aries still. And so from the get-go, my theme for this week is I know my worth and I love myself. And that feels so good. It feels amazing. And I really see that playing throughout the energies of the entire week. And it's really fascinating to me how we can tap into these energies of self-worth and self-love through the different signs. And then, and so they're each going to bring kind of like their own flavor of this feeling and this theme. And then, of course, the way the moon is going to be aspecting both personal and outer planets this week is going to really emphasize that theme even more. So, Aries, as we know, is the self, right? And in its highest expressions, Aries is a healthy sense of self, self-confident, healthy level of self-esteem, really knowing oneself. That strong sense of self where you're not going to lose your center based on others' opinions, other people's thoughts about you or a situation, right? Like Aries is ruled by Mars, and so there is strong masculine energy there, which of course we all have within us. And it is grounding in like that strong sense of self. And it's funny because I should have put the card up. If I can, I will. But if you check out my Instagram at Donna Empowered Mystic, I posted a picture of the oracle card that I got for this week's energies for myself. I do this every month. And the card that came out was the Mountain card, standing your ground and being, really strong in your own sense of self, which is what we're starting this week off with, the moon being in Aries. And so right out of the gate, right, it's me, myself, and I, but in like the healthiest expressions, right? Selfish in a good way. We talk about that a lot. What it means to be selfish in a positive, good way where we're not hurting anyone in the process. We're not trampling over anyone else in the process of tending to ourselves and what our needs are. And so the aspect that is happening on Monday with the moon in Aries, sense of self, right, is that she's going to be conjunct both Chiron and Mercury. And as long as Chiron and Mercury are here, every time she moves through Aries, right, each month she's going to become conjunct to them on certain days each month, as long as Chiron, which Chiron will be in Aries for quite some time, and Mercury will be here, for a few more weeks, I think, a couple weeks at least. And so when the moon becomes conjunct Chiron and Mercury in Aries, it is this, and I feel that as she goes forward each month ahead, she's going to be building on this again and again, because she keeps hitting Chiron, right? Every month as she moves through Aries, she's going to hit Chiron at whatever degree Chiron is at. And so as she becomes conjunct on Monday with Chiron and Mercury, she is feeling a very strong, healed sense of self. And this is also going to be playing out because Mercury is right there in our thoughts about ourselves, our self-talk, and also how we communicate. Mercury is also communication, right? And so how we communicate to others our healthy, strong, healed sense of self. I mean, could it get more beautiful to start the week off, right? I just love this so much for us. And this theme is going to play out through the rest of the week, as I will explain. So those are the main energies for Monday. So I feel like we are off to a really strong, centered starting point for the week. So as we move into Tuesday, well, actually, let me back up for a minute, because Monday evening, around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon moves into Taurus. And so from that point, then, we're building now into the new moon energies, okay, that are going to culminate on Tuesday. And I believe the new moon's around 10:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. But around 6:30 p.m. on Monday, when the moon moves into Taurus, then it's like activation of those new moon energies. And so, oh my goodness, I mean, this new moon I am feeling so incredibly excited about. I can't wait to talk about it. Okay, so first thing off, I want to say is that this is a super moon, a super new moon. And so that means that we are closer to the moon in this cycle of where she is in her orbit in terms of how close she is to the Earth. And that's why even though we really can't see the moon on a new moon, right? Just know that the energies are really, really big and really, really strong. Okay, so even if you can't see her in the sky because she's a new moon, just know that she's close to us and she is beaming these beautiful, exquisite energies while she is in the sign of Taurus. Let's talk about Taurus. Taurus is grounded, feminine, earth energy. And Taurus is all about our sense of worth and value, feeling sensual in our own bodies. And when I say sensual, I don't necessarily just mean it sexy, right? In a sexual way. I mean, like, we are very present because the tastes and the things that we can touch and feel and what we see and hear and even smell are so pronounced, right? And they have such an effect on us, and that we can really tap into energies through our five senses. And so, this beautiful Taurian energy is really grounding this new moon, this new cycle, right? New moons are always about new beginnings. We're starting a new cycle now. And so I propose this new moon in Taurus is starting a new cycle of knowing our worth, of knowing our value, of loving ourselves really deeply, deeply loving ourselves. And I'm going to go so far as to say loving our bodies, loving our bodies, because Taurus is the five senses. It is the earthly experience. It is the earth. And it is the physical manifestation. And so I invite you to really think about, touch, look at your body, and even if it feels wildly uncomfortable, tell your body how much you love it. Tell your body how strong it is, how it is able to heal, and how appreciative and how much gratitude you have for your body, for your lungs, how they help you breathe every day, and your heart beating, keeping you alive every day, for your incredible brain and how you think and process information, how you have consciousness, your skin, your eyes, your toes, your bones, everything, right? Like really love, and appreciate your body. And I'm going to say this too because this new moon in Taurus is exactly conjunct Venus. Venus is in her home sign of Taurus. She is happier than a pig in mud. And she's rolling around in it, and she is just loving it. Absolutely loving being in Taurus, loving herself, inviting us to love ourselves, and really, really step into like that super empowered, like, I know my worth. I know my worth. I know my value. I know what I bring to the table. And that goes for every single person listening to this on the planet, because we all have gifts. We all have beautiful aspects that we bring to the people in our lives, the situations we encounter. I mean, enough focusing on the flaws, right? Enough focusing on what's done and over with. You know, we are stepping into, in such a big way now, this beautiful new sense of self. And I have been saying this, right, for the past few lunations, if you've listened to my other videos. Last month in April, I mean, we were really shedding, releasing the old aspects of ourselves, because this is it. People, we're here now. We are really revealing our new sense of self, where we know our worth, we know our value, and we know our hearts, right? And so this new moon is not only conjunct Venus, but also conjunct the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. And it's still very close to that. And so I feel that this is super supportive for us in really freeing Uranus, freeing ourselves from those old limiting beliefs about ourselves, that old denigrative self-talk, right? Falling into that victim consciousness. Uranus is breaking us free, freeing us from that, especially if you would like to set an intention for that. And Jupiter, of course, is blessings, right? And Jupiter is expanding this new, strong sense of self, and this beautiful self-value and self-love. Jupiter is just blessing us, and expanding our feelings around this. And the other aspect that is happening at this new moon is that we're getting really super supportive energy from the planet Saturn. And Saturn, in this case, two things are coming through really strongly for me. One, commitment, that we are committing to ourselves, to our sense of worth, to our self-love, our self-care. And number two, that Saturn is going to bring a longevity, right? When Saturn is at work aspecting the moon or any planet for that matter, it's saying, yes, this has lasting power, right? And that kind of piggytails on the concept of commitment, right? Committing to ourselves, but like commitment for the long haul. And I think actually I'm going to add a third aspect that Saturn is bringing to this party of the new moon, and that is that there's a level of karma involved here, because Saturn is also about karma. And so for you who have been doing the work, you've been doing the inner work, you have been taking accountability for what needs to heal within you, right? For so long now, Saturn is about you will reap what you have sown. And so this is so beautiful for this new moon in Taurus, because Saturn's saying, yeah, you've done the work. Now here's the gifts. Here's the reward for your work. Because Saturn doesn't just want us to work our fingers to the bone. Oh no. Saturn wants us to work hard, yes, and to have a strong work ethic, even, even when we're talking about working on ourselves and our growth and our healing. And so Saturn wants to give us the rewards for that as well. Very, very much so. And there's actually more and more keeps coming in for this Saturn. So the other thing I want to say about Saturn is that Saturn is our planet of boundaries. And when you look at Saturn in the solar system, okay, Saturn is the closest outermost planet to us. And so really what that means is Saturn is the boundary between 3D consciousness and then moving into 4 and 5D consciousness, where we expand and we really start moving into that unity consciousness. And so Saturn is literally a boundary between earth and spiritual realms. And so Saturn, in this case, with this new moon in Taurus, an earth sign, right? Saturn is helping us, supporting us in really knowing what our boundaries are for ourselves around our self-worth and our self-value and love, right? So let me break that down one more time. As we strengthen our sense of self, knowing our self-worth, value, loving ourselves through all situations and interactions and dynamics, then we are able to know what we need, right, to honor our self-worth. And oftentimes that will include boundaries. Boundaries for ourselves and boundaries that we may need to install with others, other situations, other people. And so Saturn is bringing in healthy boundaries for us as well. There's another aspect not involving the moon that I do want to talk about at the time of this new moon in Taurus. Actually, there are two, and they're beautiful. Chiron and Mercury together are directly, exactly across the sky from the South Node. And to me, this is so beautiful because the South Node is about release. It is about letting go. And we are letting go of those old, unhealed parts of ourselves, the way we think, or I should say, the way we thought about ourselves, from a more wounded place, the way we communicated those thoughts in some way, shape, or form, Mercury. And so we are releasing that now. We're letting it go, because this moon in Taurus is like, I know my self-worth now. I know who I am and I know my value. And so I can let go. I can let go, South Node, of those old limiting beliefs. Chiron, Mercury, limiting beliefs, right? Because limiting beliefs come from a place of fear and lack. And so we are letting go. We are letting those just disintegrate into thin air. And then there's another gorgeous conjunction happening between Pluto and Jupiter. And to me, this is just a neon sign saying empowerment. When Pluto and Jupiter are in a trine together, Jupiter expands everything. And Pluto, in its highest expressions, right, is how we evolve and how we feel empowered. And so, I mean, could this be a more gorgeous new moon? I mean, can you tell I'm a little excited about this? I am so here for it. I am so here for seeing everyone that I know, that I work with, that I teach, to really begin to embody Taurus, embody this energy of self-love and deep self-value and worth. Okay, so as we move into Wednesday, we are still riding these beautiful energies. Because the moon really is in Taurus the whole rest of the day into the evening. And the moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter and Uranus, still playing out those energies. So really, we're going to ride these new moon energies all throughout Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, beautiful, beautiful days for us, really knowing who we are, feeling empowered, feeling self-love, knowing our worth. I mean, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous energy. And so please do something beautiful for yourself on Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, Taurus is about earthly beauty. Taurus is about a delicious meal and beautiful music and dancing, right? Embodying that self-love and art and beauty of all forms and nature. Go out and hug a tree, right? Like, enjoy the beauty that is all around us. When you are able to appreciate the beauty all around you, that is an indication of the beauty within you. It is a direct reflection. And so really take notice through all of your senses of the sheer beauty that we have access to in every moment of every day. And really love on yourself on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, I'm not even going to say it has to end because Thursday, I think, is more beautiful energy, but it's different. It's different energy. It's air energy. The moon moves into Gemini. And Gemini is the mind. Because air energy is all about the mind and our thoughts and our communication, our communication dynamics with others. And so there's a lot of beautiful stuff going on Thursday, May 9th as well. And so let's get into this. Alrighty. So Thursday, May 9th, the moon moves into Gemini. And when you look at when I look at the chart, okay, for May 9th, the moon is in Gemini in the 12th house. And so that is a great day to meditate, to meditate, to go for hypnotherapy. If you can snag an appointment. But if not, then meditating on Thursday, if you can set aside a little bit of time for yourself, even if just 15 minutes, okay? Because when the moon is in Gemini, in the 12th house, right? I just said Gemini is the mind. It is our thoughts. 12th house is going into the subconscious. Meditation falls in the 12th house. So if you can sit in quiet meditation, or even if you can do a walking meditation, if you have a little yard or you have a trail you can go walking in, this is going to be powerful. Set the intention that you want to connect with your highest self for guidance, right? For guidance, that you are opening up your mind, you're opening up your crown chakra to receive this beautiful mental energy, this mental guidance from the moon in Gemini. And there's something else beautiful that is happening when the moon has moved into Gemini. She is trining Pluto, who is in Aquarius, another air sign. And so this to me is just more of this empowering mental energy. Like today is an awesome day to write out affirmations. I am strong. I am empowered. I know my worth. I love myself. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am joyous. I am peaceful. Whatever your affirmations are, write them out today because they are getting super supported with the cosmic energies at play. The other beautiful energies that are coming from this Pluto and Aquarius trining Mama Moon in Gemini is that it's like, the way I see this, okay, is Pluto in Aquarius is sending us, it's like telepathy, okay? It's mental energy coming right into our own human mind, Gemini. And it's like Pluto is sending us those messages of empowerment. So open up your crown chakra and open up your throat chakra so that you can receive this empowering communication from Pluto and Aquarius. And it's going to drop right into the human mind, the moon in Gemini. And then you're going to be able to speak it out, your throat chakra, through affirmations, saying them out loud as you write them, right? Chant them, do them in a mantra. If you do mantra meditation, that would be super powerful today on Thursday, May 9th. Super powerful. So yeah, this is just gorgeous energy. If you have the opportunity on Thursday to go to a yoga class, that would be amazing. Or any sort of mind-body activity, because we are also, wait for it, we are also having a super supportive sextile from Mars to the moon in Gemini. Okay, Mars is in Aries, his home sign. Mars is our body. Mars is how we move energy through the body, our vitality. It's how we assert ourselves and how we take action. And so Mars is giving so much incredible support to the moon in Gemini. So the moon in Gemini is the mind and Mars in Aries is the body. And so go and do yoga, right? What is yoga after all? It means union of mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. And so Pluto, we can say, is spirit, right? It's the evolutionary planet. And so being in community, being in a class, Aquarius, right? Pluto's in Aquarius, a yoga class or a kriya, which is like a mantra class where you chant. Maybe you can find one online or even on YouTube, right? And so, boy, oh boy, what an incredible day to really connect mind, moon in Gemini in the 12th house, body, Mars in Aries, sextiling that moon, and spirit, trining Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius, oh my gosh, like if you can do this in community, this would just be amazing. And even if you just do it on your own, it's so super powerful. It's going to be a gorgeous day and of these cosmic energies. And yeah, I hope you are able to take part. Even if you can't get to a yoga class, then put on Yoga with Adrian, right? Or some other YouTube yoga video, or just do it on your own. Like just, it's just beautiful. Don't let Thursday's energies pass you by. Okay. Let's move into Friday. So actually, Friday is just more of a good thing. It's Moon in Gemini all day into the evening. And so just if you can't do any of those things on Thursday, you can still tap into those energies on Friday. If you can do both days, that would be so amazing. And there is one other really supportive aspect on Friday with the moon in Gemini, and that is a beautiful sextile from, again, Chiron and Mercury. They're still very close together in Aries. And so that's more of those healing thoughts, right? And again, those healing affirmations, right? Mercury is communication. So, affirmations would fall under Mercury. Whether you write them, you speak them, you do a mantra, that's all beautiful Mercury energy. So yeah, so definitely ride those beautiful mental energies, those connecting mind, body, spirit energies, well into Friday as well, even Friday evening. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's see here. Make sure I'm on target for everything. I'm not missing anything here. Alrighty, so Saturday is Mother's Day here in the US. And oh, look at that. My book, Hold the Light, Haiku to Connect with Your Higher Self. Yeah, that would make a beautiful Mother's Day gift. If I do say so myself. But really, in all seriousness, if it couldn't be more aligned on Mother's Day to have the moon move into Cancer. Okay? Because the moon and Cancer both reflect the mother. The mother, okay? So whether that is your own mother or it is you as a mother, or it is simply nurturing energy, right? And it's also home. I want to say Cancer is home energy. It is your literal home, okay? Like where you live. It's also the home life that you grew up with, but it's also really, and this is where it really like hits for me, like culminating, because the moon is going to be in Cancer both Saturday and Sunday. And so this is it. Are you ready? Feeling at home within yourself, right? I mean, you can't make it up. It's culminating this energy that we've been feeling all week of knowing our worth, of loving ourselves, of feeling at home in our own skin, right? Just beautiful energy. Oh, by the way, sorry, I made a little mistake. Mother's Day is not on Saturday, it's on Sunday, but it's building to that on Saturday because the moon is already in Cancer. And so, um, yeah, so it's all of that beautiful Cancerian energy. On Saturday, I will say, we have our first, I would say maybe slightly challenging aspect, but actually I'm not even viewing it as challenging. I'm really viewing it as just igniting a little spark to take some action, okay? Because it's Mars. Mars is going to be squaring the moon. Mars in Aries, right? At home in his home sign, squaring the moon in Cancer. So this is very masculine energy squaring the feminine energies of both Cancer, water sign, and the moon. And so what I really see, how I see this playing out, is that if you are in your emotions on Saturday, you may be called to take some action around those emotions. Now, I'm not saying don't take action. I'm saying don't be impulsive, okay? Because Mars and Aries can be, especially in a square aspect. We can be very impulsive with that energy, and we could possibly regret that later. So, heads up. Saturday, if something sparks an emotional response within you, sit with it, breathe through it, maybe take out your journal and write about it. Do not react if at all possible. Take some deep breaths and see if this is triggering you in some way. Okay? See if it's triggering you, because remember, if it is triggering you, it's most likely not something that is happening right now in this moment. It is triggering something old within you that needs a little bit of tender, loving care right now in this moment. Okay? If it's not a trigger, if it's literally someone's being a jackass, still, I invite you to take some deep breaths and not react impulsively. Instead, after a couple of deep breaths, you can advocate. Advocate for yourself if that is applicable in this situation. Advocate for another, but do so from high vibration, okay? With ease and with grace and with elegance. Be poised, be calm and centered. Just don't be impulsive. That's my only little beware, okay? And then as we move into actual Mother's Day on Sunday, the moon is then going to, because, as she moves through the sign, she's moving through the different degree points. And so then she can make aspects to other planets as she's moving. And so she's going to have a beautiful sextile to the sun and Venus. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is this? Venus, again, right, is our self-love. But guess what? Venus is also the other feminine planet in our solar system. And so she can represent our female friends and family. So how beautiful is that for Mother's Day? With the sun, your sense of self, right? There's also a beautiful trine from Saturn here. And so I would say, definitely you are tapping into these energies of the work you've been doing on yourself. Saturn is going to pay off on Mother's Day because Chiron is squaring the moon. And so if you get triggered on Mother's Day, just know that you are able to really have a strong boundary up, right? Saturn. And this will pay off for you. because you've been doing the work on yourself for quite a while now. And so again, if the weekend brings any sort of little triggers, emotional triggers, it's okay. It's remember, it's coming up to be seen and to be felt and to be, to move through us. But we can do so from a very aware place, right? We can do so being really centered and responsive instead of reactive. And we can advocate for ourselves with the healthy boundaries that we have in place, and we can honor ourselves and not hurt others in the process. We can absolutely do both. And that's really, that's how we are ending the week. And so nurture yourself, please, on Sunday. Moon in Cancer is all about nurturing, self-care, self-love. So please, whatever you happen to be doing on Sunday, take time for yourself. Mother yourself in the most beautiful, nurturing ways. I want to give you guys a heads up for Monday, and of course I will be back here next Monday to speak to you in more detail about this. But I do want to give you the heads up that Monday, May 13th, the sun is going to be conjunct Uranus, and that happens, I think, once or twice a year, I think. And so this can be a really electric energy. It could be a real surprise energy. I am seeing it so far. I think it's going to play out like you're really, just to kind of carry out this theme of like this new sense of self that we're all stepping into and really, really embodying. I see Uranus conjunct the sun as like Uranus is the divine mind, right? Like those epiphanies that just come in like a lightning bolt. We're going to know the truth. Uranus is the truth too. We're going to really see the truth about ourselves, feel it. Like we're going to be standing in our truth. That's it. That's what I wanted to come together. That's how I see this energy being sparked on Monday, but I'll get more into that for next week's podcast, which I hope you will please tune into. I'm wishing you guys a beautiful, beautiful week ahead. I'm so excited for this week. I just think it's beautiful energy. I hope this podcast sets you up for feeling excited about it. And I want to thank you so much for listening, for taking the time to listen, to get out your journals and take notes for the week. Please like the video, share with your friends or family. Please subscribe to my channel. If you would like to always know when my new videos are live, just hit the little bell and you'll get a notification. And if I have supported you in any way, if you could just leave a little comment of how you're feeling, what's playing out for you, I would just love that. I love to hear how this resonates. And really, it does help my channel to be seen by so many others who could use it. So thank you so much. I love you all. I'm sending you beautiful love and empowerment, and I will see you soon under the moon. Bye for now.